Some of them has been with us 4 to 5 years, and I can see them grow. And at the start, they were struggling to actually step out of my comfort zone. That means I was getting a comfortable salary in the banks. I need to leave my full time. Back then was actually an intention to just help out some of my clients to save some money, because I reached a point when I was in banking that I couldn't move on from them, and I felt that I wanted to help them so much, but I have very limited resource at that point of time. So through this process, when I was helping them to find the banks that actually best fit into their criteria, or maybe the lowest interest rate for them, I felt that this is something more of what I'm keen, rather than my new role was in the bank. So that's where I take a leap of step to actually step out of my comfort zone. That means I was getting a comfortable salary in the banks. I need to leave my full time and came out my entrepreneurship to set up my own firm. It was a struggle, because I think most entrepreneurs will have this struggle that if you have a comfortable full-time job and the banks are paying you well, you might not want to step out of your comfort zone, because from the banks you don't know whether you are able to succeed and what is the kind of income you are able to get a month, because there's no certainty. And when I stepped out, it was like every month you need to get clients, to close them and refer to the banks to be reimbursed or compensated by the banks for my time and effort. So at the start it was tough, because I was in a commercial space in the banks. That means most of my clients are business owner. They do have quite a number of commercial and industrial assets. So that's where I started to help them refi their commercial and industrial asset out from their existing bank to another banks to save on the interest rate. Then slowly I moved into the residential market as well, which I start looking at my clients' existing residential. I did some reshuffling for them on their portfolio, how to maximize their loan and how to reduce some interest rate from some of the residential property. So that's how I kind of started. I mean, the first couple of years is definitely a struggle, and I have to do cold calls again, and I have to reach out to partners like property agents. So at the start, I think a lot of property agents was slamming the door at us, because they say that, why should I work with you? We have all the necessary banks contact, and I can just go to the banks. I don't need you to help my clients to find the best interest rate package. And back in the days, about 7-8 years ago, mortgage broker was not that common yet compared to today's market, that everybody nowadays are using a mortgage broker. You need to be constantly getting new customers, because once you help your client refinance, probably the next round you see them is 2 years down the road. But within these 2 years, you still need an income to survive. That's where I was very grateful that there are still some very supportive agents to date who still work with us and give us their full support. And we have grown together, and through time, in the residential zone, we become a very niche group that we are able to solve a set of problems whereby at times the bankers can't advise, and at times the client needed a very specific customized solution for them, which when they go to the banks, the bankers do not know how to advise them. The banks can't be sure that definitely the loans can be done this way, and whether the client can actually get the full 75% loan. So through times, over the last 10 years when I'm in this industry, we started to evolve. We work with a lot of agents to help their clients in terms whereby they face a certain roadblock. How do we untangle the roadblock and advise the customers so that they can actually buy their dream house? Because a lot of them, they wanted to buy a big unit, but their income wasn't able to sustain. And due to that, they actually face a lot of obstacles in between, because they might not have the correct financial planning over time. So over the years, we craft out solution that a step-by-step that customers can follow in order to actually get the loan idea amount they want, and how we have actually helped a lot of homeowners, especially people who are buying landers, or they wanted to buy a big ticket item whereby their income might not justify their purchase, and they were struggling, telling me, Kenneth, the banks only are able to lend me X amount, but after going through a consultation with us, we diagnose, in a way we are like a doctor as well. We look through your income, we look through your credit bureau health, and we firm up the pictures and share with them that what needs to be done in order for them to achieve the dream house they want. But after going through the consultation with us, they are actually able to find the ideal house, and sometimes the purchase price actually doubled, because from the calculation from the banks versus what over here in Keyquest Mortgage we calculate, there was a huge difference in terms of loan amount. Because when you see the joy from the client we have helped over times, it gives you a sense of fulfillment, because a lot of customers, they wanted to buy a big ticket, but they are always facing a lot of roadblocks, and in the end they have to compromise about something smaller in terms of price, in terms of size of unit. That's where I think we kind of value add to the customers we are serving. The fastest I saw before from one of my clients was, after doing the consultation, within 2 weeks he bought the lander. And before talking to us, he has spent about 6 months to a year talking to different banks, everything, but they couldn't give the client a specific answer or a solution for him to make the commitment. So that's how we have evolved over time. And moving forward, what we want to be doing over in Keyquest Mortgage is that we want to educate more people that property is still one of the best tools for investment, and potentially they can leverage on the property to use it as a retirement. We want to be more towards on education base. That means we educate the client, the skills and the knowledge to choosing the right properties, to invest on the right properties, for them to also pass on a legacy, instead of using the commonly used instrument like maybe insurance or this to pass down the legacy. We actually use asset to pass down the legacy to the next generation or the following generation, so that they can preserve the wealth using asset. So over years, I'm very thankful to my team who has been with me. Some of them has been with us 4 to 5 years, and I can see them grow. And at the start they were struggling. They don't have the customer database. That was like where I started off. So what I always believe for people who want to join our team, number one is that we believe that we always need to be constantly upgrading our skill sets, also on the market knowledge, and how they can actually also use property as a retirement tool later on. And I have seen them grow and their income accelerate, increasing over years. So that's one of the fulfillment I have, because I want to make sure that people will join us instead of a job which you can get anywhere else. I want them to embark on a journey more like a career with us, be it in sales role or digital marketing. And one of the culture we have is what I strongly believe, instead of just a boss and employee mentality that, oh, the boss will always tell you, hey, you need to get this done, hey, I want this now. And when you try to feedback, you say, no, your feedback is lousy. So we don't want this kind of environment. So I always want to listen to the ground, what they feedback, what would be the best practice, and how I can help them to speed up the process, remove all the nitty-gritty things they need to handle, and automate their process, or finding solutions or tools to help them so that they can elevate their sales with the right tools, and also educating with them with the right knowledge to help their clients and also to empower their clients. So this is one of the fulfillment I have for internal in our team. We want to empower everyone and to make a difference in what they do in terms of their life, in terms of their career with us, in terms of their knowledge. And what I want to empower them is when they join us, because people come and go, what I also want to empower them when they join us is to learn a skill set that they can take away for life. Be it if they stay with us, they leave us, at least they learn a knowledge in terms of mortgage in our industry, and in the event they are buying their next house in future, they will know what to do and what would be the best choice for them. How myself have value at them when they are with us through the years, working as colleagues or mentee with us. So this is what we believe in.